biggest trade that happened on draft night. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry to the Brooklyn Nets. Another, not eye-rolling, shocking. A Bill Simmons like, oh, wow, sort of moment. Okay, so they trade Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, Paul Pierce to Brooklyn. Boston gets Gerald Wallace, a broken-down Gerald Wallace. I still love him, but I'm just being honest. He had 2 concussions. Kris Joseph, Kris Humphries, 3 first-rounders, Marshon Brooks, and Keith Bogans. They are obviously trying to rebuild. This is a given.
Oh,
but
you
for,
think?
But for Brooklyn, does this put them in, obviously they're going to make the playoffs with these guys if they remain healthy. Even if they don't, it looks like they're going to. But does this mean that Brooklyn can possibly make a run to the finals? You know, if all goes well, we've seen how poorly it can go with the Dwight Howard stuff. New head coach in Jason Kidd, just finished 19 years in the league, transitions into being a coach. They kind of had a rivalry a little bit, Jason Kidd and these 3. However, the basic question is, can they make a run at a championship?
All right, let's take a look at their starting 5 for
All right,
a
let's do it.
Okay?
Yep.
You got Deron Williams, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Brook Lopez. On paper, and then you add Jason Terry to the bench, and I think the rest of their bench, they'll probably get a couple mid-level exception
Don't leave out Reggie
guys.
Evans. Don't leave out Reggie Evans.
I apologize to Reggie Evans. I am deeply sorry.
That man's a hustler.
Leaving. It's one way to describe them. To me, it's just sort of the feeling of seeing sort of the superstar teams come together over the last 2 years. And granted, it's been in baseball. I don't have a good feeling about this team. And I don't listen, Jason Kidd is one of the most respected players to ever play the game. And going into his first year of coaching to try and manage these types of superstars. Now, there's sort of 2 arguments here. One is, well, these guys respect Jason Kidd already. They'll play for him. They'll understand and accept their roles. But the other thing, too, is that he's never done this before. And I think that's something to consider. This could be either the number 2 seed in the East, or this could be a epic disaster. And something is telling me right now that that's what it's going to end up becoming. I don't think these guys are going to end up working out well together for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And listen, Pierce and Garnett are winners. I think I certainly haven't seen anything from Deron Williams other than when he was at Illinois to say that he's really shown that at the NBA level. He's killed a couple coaches along the way. Joe Johnson isn't necessarily the guy that steps up at the right opportunity. And Brook Lopez has started games very, very well, but sometimes you just don't see him in the 4th quarter making the type of impact you know he can make. I don't know whether or not Garnett and Pierce changed the dynamic of that team, but there's something that just feels off about this mixed together with a first-time head coach.
All
now,
right, let me.
Yeah, Phil Jackson running the show, maybe it's different, but I just don't have a good feeling about this.
Let me help your argument a little bit, and then we got to close up shop in this clip. Do you think that there's just too much ego on that team? Is that what it is? First-year head coach, well-respected player, but he's just transitioning into being a head coach. A lot of egos, a lot of winners, a lot of guys want the ball. Is that basically the argument you're making?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, and I think Jason Kidd has an ego too. You know, if he's been a long-time coach in the league, and maybe he says, okay, you know what, if I sort of put myself back a little bit, and this isn't a knock on Jason Kidd. This is just someone who hasn't been an NBA head coach before. And a lot of people say, well, no, he was a coach on the floor and a coach in the sidelines when they played with him, and that's all well and good, but this is a totally different position. You're the one drawing up the plays now. You're the one that's commanding the locker room and commanding the players around you. My gut feeling tells me this isn't going to work the way that they think it's going to work.
All right, well, let's wait and see.